Rolling alongside Bermondsey Beach, the path crosses through cherry gardens, in which a number of cherry trees were replanted in the early 1980s to commemorate the orchard frequented and patronised by the likes of Samuel Pepys. As an administrator of the Navy, the diarist would often pass through the gardens on his route through the Royal Dockyards in Greenwich. His diary entry for June the 13th, 1664 records, "And so to cherry gardens and carried some cherries home." Pepys possibly believed that the cherries possessed some aphrodisiac properties, for he wrote that following his supper he went to bed with my wife lying with me. On another occasion she, along with two maids, accompanied Pepys to play bowls at the nearby pleasure gardens connected with Jamaica House. Once passing the old boundary that separated Bermondsey and Rotherhithe, it is only a few wheel revolutions before the statues of the Salter family come into view, along with the Angel, one of the romantic taverns along the Thames. This map extract shows the location during 1872. In Victorian times, the last building before the open space, the site of the former Sufferance Wharf, was the India House Tavern. The 18th century hostelry closed in the early 1880s in bizarre circumstances. The owners had commenced rebuilding the old tavern without official planning permission. The authorities were clearly having none of this laissez-faire approach. The India House Tavern survived a massive fire in 1852, but 30 years later was seemingly invulnerable to Victorian red tape. On the site of the former Sufferance Wharf, the statue of Dr. Alfred Salter looks towards the river. His wife, Ada Brown, is stood a few metres away, and against the wall is their daughter Joyce, along with the family cat. The figures were created by Diane Gorvin and unveiled in 1991, but the statue of Alfred waving to his daughter was stolen in November 2011, presumably sold for scrap metal. A local campaign group raised £60,000, which, combined with funding from Southwark Council, enabled a replacement statue to be placed here in 2014. Named Dr. Salter's Daydream, the ensemble of statues show Alfred in his old age imagining his daughter Joyce as she was before her tragic death at the age of 8 through scarlet fever. It was a terrible price to pay for the couple who elected to live in the slums of Bermondsey in order to improve the conditions of the poor and impoverished. Social reformers, environmentalists, pacifists and Quakers, they launched the Bermondsey Revolution, an experiment in municipal government that attracted attention throughout Europe. After reading about their lives and personal beliefs, I think they were perhaps the greatest socialists of the 20th century.